You're watching the Frye Show, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Grand Lake Roofing, Collars TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, Varsity Lanes, Outdoors Equipment Rental, Spring Street Storage, Mr. Bank, Plus One Professionals, Albert Sporting Goods.
You were renovating St. Mary's Foundry, Larry Shop Auto Sales, Back House at the Square, JSC, Cody Plumbing and Heating, Roots Pub, Dr. Mike Company, Larry's Pizzeria, DFW Post 9289, and Miller Funeral Home.
Alrighty, Rider Nation, here we are. We just finished a great contest versus the Shawnee Indians, victorious 49-12 last Friday night. I'm Doug Spencer, filling in for Joe Hurlburt, who is somewhere parts unknown of this world, and hopefully he returns for Friday night's broadcast. The second-string quarterback, Zach Farrell, is parts unknown. Yeah. You ever look down the sideline and I don't have anybody left to put in, and Here I am. So here I am, Bo. So hopefully this goes well, and we have a good Bo Frye show today.
Hey, thanks for having me. We make sure we have plenty of depth for that reason. Yeah.
I need to work on it on my end. All righty, so as we mentioned, we had a 49-12 victory against the Indians, and I was actually in Connecticut watching the game on Rider Nation Station and getting the clips on the drive back. So I didn't see it firsthand, but really it appeared that your three components of a football game, offense, defense, and special teams, all clicked on all cylinders and played pretty darn well for this victory.
Yeah, we started a little slow, but we were down 6-0 to start the game. But special teams really turned. Trey Moore had a great kickoff return, and we blocked a field goal, and then we got an onside kick, and then it started spiraling from there, and we just kept getting after them. So.
And that's what you want. You want one segment to obviously lift the others, and everybody really rose to the occasion. Speaking of rising to the occasion, your punt team made 0 mistakes.
Yeah, when you don't use them, it's great.
It's got to be one of the greatest tools ever, is to have a punt team that you don't have to call out, and that was evident Friday night.
Yeah, they always meet their goal when we don't use them, so they get helmet stickers for that. Yeah.
Excellent. So offensively, the two workhorses of the night, Osborne and Mabry, and they combined for 250 yards. Osborne over 100 yards again. Mabry close. A testament to the offensive line and everybody doing their job.
For sure, those guys have gotten better throughout the season, and they're both juniors. Good for the future. Mm-hmm.
And defensively, up to last week, we weren't really talking much about takeaways. Well, we were talking about we didn't have takeaways, and things have really blossomed for the Spring Street Storage takeaways, and that continued Friday night as well.
Yeah, a little later. Got a couple takeaways at the end of the game, but we played decent defense, enough to get us a W, and we're playing hard over there. That's all you can ask for.
All righty. Unfortunately, I didn't prepare for how things went to WBL, so we're not going to talk about that like Joe or Zach normally do, and we're just going to go ahead and get right into the clips, and I think we're going to showcase the defense first this time, because I think the defense needs to be showcased. One of the things that, as I was watching from out of state, God love you, Rider Nation Station, for making that available, is when they did pass, there was really pretty decent pressure that was put on the quarterback, and then also containing the wide receivers.
Yeah.
And this was 4th down, I believe, and you needed them to step up big, and they did.
You're starting to see a lot of those guys grow up. The Owen Otts, Hunter Mabry, who even played sparingly last year, Turner, who played JV last year. You're seeing those guys really start to come along and bringing some pressure as well. Just playing hard.
Big 4th down play right there for the Rough Riders. And moving on to the next one. Again, the great pressure, but sometimes you can play defense as textbook as possible, and the offense is still going to make a decent play here.
Sometimes, you keep playing. You never know what'll happen, and their kids caught the ball extremely well.
Yeah, a very talented team. They, as you spoke of earlier, had some bending and breaking that really put them on their back.
Very good skill. I thought they're definitely one of the top in the league in the skill guys. They just haven't come together. Haven't
put it all together here. Speaking of putting it together, timing is everything, and I think we're going to see the quarterback Spiker going after Bourne's right there, and boom.
Yep.
And,
nice hit by Bourne's, but obviously you're trying to break that up. But hey, sometimes it just falls in. They make good catches and they make good throws, and sometimes you just got to limit it. Bend but don't break.
Yep.
It's hard to be a defensive coordinator in today's world because guys are doing so much stuff.
So much, exactly. All righty, the next one here, another breakup of the pass. Kessler, I've been calling his name out, defensive backfield, and again, timing that up perfectly and breaking that play up as they're approaching the red zone.
Yeah, he's really playing with a lot more confidence kind of since he got a little hurt against OG. Since that point, he's playing with a lot more confidence.
And speaking of the pressure against the quarterback, a time or two you're going to get them down. And I think we're going to see a sack here by the defense.
Yeah, you keep coming, you keep playing. Looks like that was the very beginning of the game. Dixon, he plays with a high motor, and great kid.
Excellent. And when the quarterback doesn't have anybody to throw to, obviously that means everybody's doing their job in the backfield, right?
That helps. We're going to need to keep that going this week.
All right, let's take a look. This is the first score, and it's by Shawnee. And what broke down here that allowed the quarterback to enter the end zone relatively untouched?
We sent a blitz. Looks like Danmeyer squeezed a little hard, and then we didn't scrape over top. But sometimes you call the wrong thing or you get out athleted. So. That's what happens.
And I think later in the game they run a similar play, which we stuffed. It was heading towards the other end zone. So
the thing about defense is you can't stop everything. You can stop some things, but sometimes you just got to limit it. It's hard to stop everything.
So how about your defense on 2-point conversions?
Yeah, they've been very good lately, haven't they?
Yeah.
They need to be as well. Kenton goes for 2 every week, every time they score. So
boom, just stepped up, filled, and there was no chance of getting that ball to the plane of the goal line.
Just a good play by our defense.
Next play we have coming up here, again, to give some credit to that defensive front line there. Just step up and
Owen Ott making a play. Looked like our linebacker Compton made a play as well. 2 freshmen right there making plays. So it's good to see.
Yep, that's a good youth movement right there. Quarterback keeper here, and defense smells this out pretty darn well. And
yeah, looks like somebody got a hand on him. Mabry got a hand on him first, slowed him down, and then Pursuit gets there.
Yeah, like we said, and we've got a lot of highlights here on the defense. But again, I think let's give credit where credit is due to this defense.
Hard. They've been playing hard for weeks now. Really, since the Walpock game, they've really started to make progress, and they're playing with more pride and heart. And obviously not that one there, but sometimes you miss tackles. Sometimes they get outside. I mean, it's not always great, but we're playing hard. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, and the one thing, you definitely don't want to highlight a tackle deep on a run, but got a good arm extension here, shedding off that block and making things happen before they really make things happen.
Bourne's plays hard. Taylor Compton missed a tackle there to begin with, but DB's got a tackle. Their last line of defense, so they got a tackle.
Yep, everybody has to do their job, and if somebody doesn't, you better have somebody to bail out the one that didn't, and that was evident. It's there.
Yep.
Here again, the pressure and contained. If he doesn't have anybody to throw to, he's got to just tuck and run, and nice tackle before he gets out of bounds there.
This guy's playing hard. I mean, that's the big thing. It said last week, 90% of high school football is heart and how hard you're playing. So here we missed tackle as well. You really put some good ones on here this week, huh? You're giving them all the touchdowns here, man. So, but yeah, that's just a missed tackle. And then we were bringing heat here. And sometimes they catch you when you're bringing heat, and they'll hit you on a screen.
Well, we always say at Rider Nation Station, we do this for today, but we also do it for 50 years from now. So want to show to these guys so that they can show to their kids that, we broke down right here, and this is how they scored.
Yeah, the way the world's going, I just had a PD on AI, so maybe we'll be playing with robots.
Probably will be.
Yeah.
or the coaches will all be AI.
Maybe, yeah.
No artificial intelligence right there. Just a good, smart human being with Kevin Perry and sniffing that one out and making a huge loss.
Yeah, he played pretty well on Friday in a lot of areas. So he's just playing hard now, and he's a good kid. Always been a good kid. He's Perry, you know.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Almost done with the defense here. I heard Joe say this last week as we're starting to get a few tip balls, a little reminiscent of, wasn't it Dylan Giesecke who?
Yeah, he used to get his hands up. Yeah, he has that long body. They're long up front, so especially Odd. He's got a real long body. So you can get hands up, man. That creates turnovers. You saw Jay Schaefer do it a lot last year.
Yep,
as well.
that's right. Mm-hmm. That is right.
I mean, it's a taught skill. It's the end of the game here, right? It's starting to get a lot of hand, and guys just playing hard still. And a defensive touchdown, we love those, right? So,
absolutely, and that's just playing to the end. And they definitely got after it. And I think on the defensive side, anytime you get an opportunity to score, you're going to.
Yeah, those guys don't get a lot of opportunities, especially going two platoon for the most part. Those guys don't get a lot of opportunities to score. So,
I think here's the last takeaway. The guy who put these together, it was a takeaway right at the end.
Post. Yeah, he's a heck of an offensive tackle too. So he's been rotating in a little bit on the offensive line, but he also plays a little D-line. We still rotate our JV guys two positions. I'm not sure what they're going to play in the future, freshmen and sophomores. You look at Ott get excited on the sideline.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite part of the night. Ott and Turner just getting all juiced up on the sideline.
Getting a little bit of respite on the sideline and cheering on those who are taking over for them. So we're going to go to the offensive side of the ball at this point. The blocking. I thought the blocking was clicking pretty darn well throughout this entire play.
Yeah.
And one of the key blocks I saw, I think, is Mabry out of the backfield as we watch that again here. And then your front line doing their job, pushing the defensive line back. Boom, right there's that block.
Yep. Guys put bodies on people. I mean, when you block people in our offense, somebody told me about Coach Bachman always talking about every play is designed to score. If you block the people, they can score. So.
Speaking of scoring.
Yeah, that's maybe running hard here. You know?
Yeah, that's not just giving up.
Yeah, that's
because if he gives up, then that's going to be close to the goal line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it in pay dirt, and that's exactly what he did with that second effort.
That's a great run by Mabry. They're good kids, I'll tell you what, from the beginning. And we have smart kids. We have committed kids. They want to win, and he's seeing it from Osborne and Mabry. Those guys are pretty good leaders for us.
As you just saw Osborne run there, and we'll watch it again here. I've heard you week after week, Greasy. He's slippery.
Yeah, he's got greasy hips. I've said that. You know, he's not fast. He's barely really small, but he's very greasy. And it doesn't matter what you look like to play this game. What matters is how you play it. Mm-hmm.
Think he's going to find.
Yep. That's just a
and
great
it even walks. Yeah.
That's just
bend down a little bit to cross, and then just walk on through. And Surge, the offensive line, doing their job again.
Mm-hmm. I always talk about it should feel like waves. It's coming in waves and coming in waves, and we're starting to get there, and starting to see Mabry make some nice cuts here on a counter. And it's a pretty good run here. We're still looking for ways to get them the ball and find ways. And it's all about angles and speed and surge. Yeah.
And vision.
Vision helps.
I also watched on the way, in Connecticut, one of your coaches give a sermon.
Oh, really? Yeah, Coach Reams.
Coach Reams, and it was on vision. And as I'm watching that play right there, you do have to run head up and eyes searching for where you can find some grass. And Mabry does a nice job there. Yeah. Shout out to Coach Reams in the sermon.
Yeah, nice job, Coach Reams. He's a great guy. He's a very good surge as well. And Mabry hits it. Or not Mabry, Osborne hits it, yeah.
And the thing about your running backs, and I think it's always been taught and developed this way. Keep moving your feet.
Yeah, run your feet. Everybody. I mean, O-line.
Yes.
Everybody. If you're going forward, I always heard we scrimmage Marion local, and I heard Coach Goodwin always saying, finish on top. Anytime you finish on top of a guy or finish forward, that's the difference between a win and a loss.
Perry, not only on the defensive side, he has a nice carry here, that Perry carry that gets him into pay dirt.
It's a very good burst by him. Obviously, we're starting to get on him pretty quick here, and we're getting body on body, and when that happens, good things happen.
This one will be a little bit of mystery because I forgot to label what it is, but
looks like Mabry again hitting one of our off-tackle trap plays. Kid just running hard.
And just 7 yards shy of eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And when you've got two backs that are at that mark, that's spelling good things. I think 302 yards total offense, 250 combined.
I think they're both at like the 600 and some mark. They both have a shot of going for 1,000. That'd be pretty neat.
That would be awesome.
2,000-yard running backs in a while, so it'd be cool for our program.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the multitude of backs that you can throw against a defense is pretty impressive. We just saw Kessler run right there.
Yeah, we have a lot of running backs that do a lot of different things differently. Everyone always says no two sweeps are the same, no two traps are the same. It's blocked the same, but how you run it's different.
Yep.
The way I'm going to run a trap or a sweep or something like that, I don't know if I can anymore, but it would be a lot different than that. Yeah.
And
quarterback sneak.
A great way to score a touchdown.
Yeah, best playing football. We haven't been very good at this year, though. It's been depressing for me. That's why I didn't sleep very well for the first 4 weeks.
All right, we're going to see another one of Osborne's carries. And this is a nice explosion here, tiptoeing down the sideline before he's finally driven out of bounds.
And you never see anybody get a real good shot on him. I've noticed that about him. But like I've said before, you walk in this locker room right here, you would have no idea that he was a football player.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mabry not stopping, spinning out of that, keeping those feet moving, keeping the eyes open, and getting a few extra yards out of that.
They're getting there, aren't they?
It's fun to watch.
Yeah. That's the end of this one. That was the best play we ran all night, too, and it got cut off the film. But a heck of a finish, though, right?
That was put in there to remind me before we did this show to find it on Rider Nation Station and put it in. And
it's all good. I'll tell you what it was. Actually, I don't want to tell you what it was. I don't want to give it away. But it's actually something new we're doing.
It was a touchdown.
It was a touchdown. It's something that's called a touchdown, something a little new. Yeah. But it was blocked a little different, and it was quite enjoyable to see it pay off. And shout out to Denny Long. If Denny Long ever finds that play lost in space, he'll be very happy. Yeah.
Awesome. And then the final offensive, final play of the game is St. Mary's with victory formation, and you always love to see that.
Yeah. The second best play in football.
The second best play, yep. Yeah. All righty. Well, we've got a few special team plays that we'll go over.
Some good ones.
And they may be out of order as well, so
it's all good.
Let's go to the second one there. This one was exciting.
Oh, yeah.
This is Rider Nation Station view because our camera operator should get an ESPY on this one.
Yeah. This is a heck of a job by Steinberg and God. Everyone said, hey, great call. And I said, you can thank God for that one, guys, because, that one just bounced right. Sometimes you're living right.
Yep.
So that's just – but honestly, though, you're rewarded for playing hard. And Steinberg's playing extremely hard. And, man, a heck of a job by him getting the ball. And they almost called it an out of bounds. I said, absolutely not, my man.
Yeah.
Luckily, the guy, the center judge or whatever came in and called it correctly. It was the right call.
And they did their conference and talked it through and made the right call. I thought maybe Coach Patterson was going to try to get that football there, too.
Might have. Yeah. I told you for weeks here he's been trying to make picks in practice and stuff. He was available on that thing. So.
All right, let's go ahead and watch Rush kick that PAT from the end zone camera, the first one there.
I wouldn't want to have been in the way of Coach Patterson, though.
No.
I'd tell you, he'd have got it. He'd have come out of the pile with it. Yeah.
Just another rush PAT. And you know, we say rush PAT, but the snapper.
Yep.
And is that Cody?
Cody Wallace. Mm-hmm. And the holder,
Steinberg.
Steinberg's the holder.
And then obviously the other 8 doing their job as well. So good job there. Mm-hmm. All righty, this was an exciting play. Watching on a screen, can only imagine what it would have been like
Dude,
in real.
Little Trey Moore, man, he's got some tools and gifts, and God's gifted that guy with some burst that I haven't seen around here in a long time. Maybe Corey Vossler type burst.
So it looks like he received it at the 3 and took it to the Kenton 43. So
it's impressive.
That is fun to watch there.
Yeah, you're going to continue to see more of them throughout the season.
And speaking of fun to watch, and this is almost as reminiscent as what we saw last year at Defiance. It was close. This is going to be the blocked field goal.
Mm-hmm. That's a heck of a job.
I don't know who got
I believe it was Perry.
Perry?
Mm-hmm.
Gets a little bit of a block in there. And who do we have?
Steinberg.
Steinberg.
Yeah, Steinberg was Johnny on the spot on Friday. But he's playing hard. You know? And guys that are playing, 2 seniors that are continue to stay with us and continue to play hard. I said good things will happen if you just keep working. So we got a kickoff here.
I think this is the pooch kick that we recovered. Again,
You see it from the other view here.
The guy who put all these clips together didn't quite do his job, but
not as great a film angle, but
still pretty darn.
I mean, that's just
Our camera operator Justin, we need to send that to ESPN to get him an ESPY.
He did do a very good job with that. That was impressive.
Another kickoff. I think we got downfield in a hurry and made a big time play.
We were putting work. Hey, you get what you coach, and I told you a couple weeks ago we were going to get our kickoff fixed, and man, we are. That's Turner. Yeah, you always see Turner. Turner should just be a staple on this show. You know, he should be the Turner show.
The Turner. Yeah. I think his dad used to call him Turbo when he was a real little kid.
Yeah, he is. I think they kids call him Turbo. Yeah, he's got some slick back hair too. Looks like Turbo. Yeah, it matches his personality. He plays hard though, and that's what you're asking for.
Absolutely. And that type of play has to be infectious to other players.
All the time. Yeah, anytime guys are flying around, he does it in practice too. But he doesn't say a word, which is maybe even funner about it. So no, it's a good job by everybody. That's gang tackling, guys getting to where they need to go. So.
All righty. I think we finally exhausted our clips from Friday night's victory over the Indians 49-12. We're going to take a short break, thank our sponsors, and come back and talk about our upcoming opponent, the Kenton Wildcats. We'll be back right after this.
You're watching the Frye Show, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, Varsity Lanes, Outdoors Equipment Rental, Spring Street Storage, Mr. Bank, Plus One Professionals, Albert Sporting Goods.
You were renovating St. Mary's Foundry, Larry Shop Auto Sales, Tack Outlet Square, JSC, Cody Plumbing and Heating, Roots Pub, Dr. Mike Company, Larry's Pizzeria, EFW Post 9289, and Miller Funeral Home.
All righty, we're back. Thank you to our sponsors that make Rider Nation Station, the Bo Frye Show, and Rules of the Game with Mark Sisko work. Coach Frye, Friday we head to Kenton. It's that hour trip that you just got to adjust to and get off the bus and be ready to play. And when it is kickoff time at 7 p.m., what do we expect to see from the Wildcats?
So they're still the Kenton of old. They're throwing it all over the place. They're doing some running with their quarterback. They'll play a little running back every now and then, but they've scored points. They've scored points on Defiance. They've scored points on everybody. It's definitely a deadly offense that, with athletes that we're going to have to find a way to slow down. Defensively, they're aggressive. They play extremely hard, and they tackle a lot better this year. So we're going to have to be on our cross our T's and dot our I's and make sure we're getting off that bus ready to play football, or else we're going to take an ugly one.
And probably the time of possession is going to be extremely important in a game like this. Let your offense do what they do, and hopefully let your punt team do the same as what they did against Shawnee.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the name of the game is keep their offense off the field and play great offense on our own end. Obviously, two completely different styles of football. We like our way better than theirs, and we're going to continue to do it our way, and they'll do it their way, and may the chips fly where they fly.
Defensively, we'll see whether or not we continue from what we did this past Friday night of good pressure against the quarterback and contain, and everybody doing their job to limit their offensive ability.
100%. We just got to limit and make sure 5 stays 5 or 7 stays 7. We can't give up big plays. We got to make sure we get to the quarterback, and we just got to play with great energy and heart and love for each other.
All righty. Well, if you can't make it to the game, we will have it for you, Rider Nation Station, bringing that game to you live Friday night. The call will be, hopefully, Joe Hurlbert and Zach Farrell return from the destinations unknown and are in the press box to bring you that call Friday night at 7 p.m. Well, Coach, best of luck to you. It's been fun for this fifth-string quarterback getting to interview the head coach. So thanks for enduring me, and we'll bring back the first team next week.
Hey, thank you for having me. You did a great job.
All righty. Thanks, Rider Nation. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching the Bo Frye Show, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, Varsity Land, Douglas Equipment Rental, Spring Street Storage, Mr. Bank, Plus One Professionals, Albert Sporting Goods.
We were renovating St. Mary's Foundry, Larry Shop Auto Sales, Tap House at the Square, TSC, Cody Plumbing and Heating, Youth Pub, Dr. Mike Compton, Mary's Pizzeria, EFW Post 939, and Miller Funeral Home.